What's up, y'all? Welcome to day 41 of my daily series on how I show exactly how I help spirits and hospitality brands scale and increase sales with AI and automation. So last night I went to a couple of different events, which was kind of new for me. I'm typically quite introverted. I don't like to go out and talk to people a lot, but I had a really good time, and I didn't really drink, and I didn't, I just kind of had food and saw some people that I met randomly, and just went to things with a friend, and I had a really good time. And so I was really grateful for that. And I also made a couple connections, which I'm going to follow up on today. So it's a little warm out, so I'm sorry, the dress code is casual today. Not my usual white shirt, but I was also at my kids' end of school year picnic today, and a guy offered me, it was like this chocolate croissant thing, and it looked delicious, but I was just like, no, I'm okay. And so, like, for the last month and a half, I haven't really had any sugar. Last night I did have sugar for sure, but I've been actively against having sugar because I don't want to have the effects of what sugar is, which is, for people that are getting older. I'm 43 years old. Sugar turns directly into fat for me because I'm not a big exerciser. I don't like to exercise, although I do enjoy the benefits of exercise, and I am reading David Goggins' books, so we'll see if that changes my mind about exercise and stuff. But generally speaking, my exercise regimen means just riding my bike everywhere, which I do. And so he was just like, "Yeah, you want this chocolate croissant? They're amazing." And I was just like, "No, I'm okay." And he's like, "Oh, you're like one of those guys that doesn't eat sugar." And I was like, "Yeah, kind of. I guess I am." And I was like, "Yeah, that's just kind of who I am this week." And so like what I'm sharing with you is that I have tried so many different things in so many different ways, and I think that is kind of the interesting thing about my life, is that I like to try different things. I'm not into this like monotonous, boring routine. I like to try different things based on what I think is good for me. So I've tried not drinking. I used to smoke. I don't smoke anymore. I cut out caffeine a month ago, something like that. And so I try different things all the time. And this is kind of indicative of what my business is all about, because I like to try things. But the cool thing about my business is that I can try, fail, and iterate. Whereas with like you try and fail, like you kind of have to start over again when it's things like your body and stuff. So like with the systems that I build, like the HR systems, the automation systems, the AI systems that solve common and critical business problems for bars, restaurants, and brands, is that I can find something and then find a degree of failure and then improve on that and then change it and then just push that update out into all my client accounts. So it was such a super fun day yesterday, like just building the learning management system that is going to be pushed out to everybody. And I made this offer that I can't believe that nobody really cares about, is that I was like, hey, listen, just do your pitch once and I'll put it out in front of about 100 bartenders, and not a single rep bit. And so like I made this very easy for them to do. It wasn't like pull out your phone and start talking. It was like, here's a link to follow that tells you exactly what to do, so you don't have to think about it. And then you just do the same thing that you do every day. So I use a software called Video Appeal for that, to collect video testimonials, but you can use it for whatever you want. And so I used it for other things. And so like that's kind of who I am this week, is that like who I am this week as far as my products are concerned keeps getting better and better and better. And it's just very exciting to watch it. Like when I explained it to people last night, when I was just kind of in casual, like I went to like 3 cocktail parties last night, I just seeing people's eyes light up when they hear you talk about this stuff is just super exciting. And I made it a very specific point to make sure that I was not talking too much, because I tend to get excited. I tend to interrupt, and that is not how you learn about what people's problems are. And so probably the highlight of the evening, aside from hanging out with my friend Josh, was meeting my other friend Josh and him telling me about the restaurant that he wants to open. And then he just described all the problems with the places that he works now, that he runs now. And I'm solving for all those things. And I didn't ask for, and I didn't tell him a thing about what I was doing. And he just organically said, these are the things that are my biggest problem, which is staffing, recruiting, retention, onboarding, training, and the hidden killer, which is compliance. And so like we're working on solving all those problems, and then we get to implement them for these 2 restaurant groups, like starting this week. So It's just like a super fun time for me right now. I spent a lot of time struggling, and I spent a lot of time struggling. There was a marriage, there was a divorce, there was a pandemic, and all through it, it just like it affected my confidence and my interest and desire to get better and better and better. And now it just seems like I have this little tailwind, and people are just excited about my stuff finally. So I don't know if it's because I'm just doing this every day, but this is the 41st day, 41st video. And then there's been like holidays and weekends in between, but I've been doing this for about 2 months, and it's been helpful for me to at least get focused on what I'm talking about every day. Hopefully it's helpful for you to see how things are built so you can build your own stuff. But yeah, no, it's just been it's been a fun time, and I'm glad that I have it feels like a good time to be alive right now. So part of that is thanks to you for watching this video, and I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, bye.